Hello and welcome to Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 17th July 2024. So here I am taking Delhi edition of Hindu, and always I'll be saying two things before taking this analysis. So first one is always follow your syllabus. And whenever you're starting your standard book also, so take out the syllabus and pick out the micro topics in your syllabus and read according to the topics. So there is no need of reading each and every page in your standard book also. So don't waste much of your time by reading each and every page or each and every line in your standard book. So go through your topics in your syllabus and select the topics, and based on that you have to pick up a topic in your syllabus or especially in your standard book, and you can read on that. And second one is after completion of your class, so take out this PYQs of both prelims and mains. And if you see this prelims or mains practice questions or PYQs, then you can understand exactly on which topics repeatedly the questions will be asked. That means you can understand repeated themes of UPSC. Especially there are some areas where repeatedly every year there will be some questions either in prelims or mains. You have to identify those topics exactly where UPSC is focusing, and you have to see like how they are using words to trap the students from question to question. So what is the difference that you have to know? So if you know that, then you can understand the language of UPSC better, and you can eliminate the statements in prelims questions, and you can go through the right answer. So there will be high chance of clearing prelims if you have at least seeing like 10 years of your PYQs of prelims questions, at least 10 years. So you have to take from 2013. So why 2013? Because before 2013, there was no concept of CSAT. But CSAT had been introduced in this 2013. So from that year, there is some change in the format which happened. And whenever you are seeing this PYQs, go from last. That means you have to see 2024 prelims questions and later on go to 2023. Because from 2024 to 2023, if you go, so these recent years from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, there is some change in this giving of questions happening in this prelims. And you can understand exactly the toughness of UPSC if you go through this 2024 to 2023 like that from back. So these are the two tips that you have to follow. After once geography syllabus is done, you have to do this PYQ work. Okay. Okay, now let us see the front page. So there are two articles. So tell me which article is important. Have you gone to paper at least? Mani? Manoj? Hema, have you gone to the paper? Yes, tell me which article is important. In these two articles, tell me fast. 4 soldiers, policemen killed in Doda encounter. So where is this Doda place is located? In Jammu and Kashmir. So already we are talking about this topic from last 10 to 15 days. What's new in that? So what are the things that you have studied? Again, you have to revise them. That is your work, right? Okay. So tell me, what is the keyword in that topic? Infiltration, Jammu and Kashmir. So from which subject we can relate it? Yes, GS paper 3, internal security, only internal security? Only internal security, or can we connect with other subject? So we have GS paper 2, international relations. We can study under India-Pakistan relations, right? Yes or no? Yes, tell me what you have to revise here in this article. You have to know what is this infiltration. Next one is what are the reasons or causes for this infiltration. And you have to see what are the measures you are taking. And apart from that, what is the way forward, right? Only these 4 things is enough. And even one more area you can focus is map. So you can draw map of Jammu and Kashmir. So recently many areas of Jammu and Kashmir were on attack. So you have to see which areas are there and what is the distance between them. You have to see the proximity between India and Pakistan border with that places. Okay, clear? And here you can see this image. Is this image important? What is this image depicting? Yeah, what is this halwa ceremony? Okay. Oh, can we connect this halwa ceremony with our syllabus or no? Yes or not? Yeah, from where exactly, Hema? Yeah, so this topic is related to budget. So till budget is passed, we will be getting articles on budget for next 1 month. Okay, you have to be prepared. So where we can connect this? From GS paper 3, we have economy. So what exactly you have to focus? Any idea? So number of times we had discussion. So this is our full budget of this year. Earlier we used to have interim budget because in this year 2024 it is very special for us. We have general elections. So before election result we have interim budget, and now after new government formed, they are going to introduce this budget on July 23rd, and this will be the full budget of this year. Yes. Okay, now what are the dimensions you have to see? So first one is you have to understand what is this budget, and this word budget is not present in our constitution, right? So instead of budget, which word is there in our constitution? Which word? AFS, annual financial statement. Under which article? No. Article 112. Article 112 talks about this annual financial statement, and this annual financial statement is nothing but budget. Okay, so this is the word which is mentioned under Article 112 in our constitution. So UPSC will be asking question like annual financial statement is present in the constitution under which article? So this is one kind of question you can expect. And next one is they may ask the word budget is present in our constitution or not. Okay, it is not present. So it is present as annual financial statement, but the word budget is not there directly in our constitution. Okay, and next one is you have to see what is the process of making the budget. And next one is what is the process of passing of this budget. And during the passing of this budget, as I said, we have some motions. So there are 3 types of motions, and you need to know exactly what is the difference between each and every motion. And this motion is very important. Motions is very important from your prelims. Already in 2015, the question already asked in your UPSC prelims regarding the motions. Okay. So in this class, we are going to deal entire this budget clearly. And actually, this is the part of your polity class. But I am discussing this now so that you will be having some knowledge before even your polity classes will be getting started. Okay, so tell me what is the budget? What will be there in budget? Yeah, it is about revenue and expenditure. So what are the components in the budget? Many times we discuss now what are the components. We have taxes, non-taxes, capital expenditure, capital revenue. Okay, so in budget we have capital on one side, revenue on one side. In everywhere we have expenditure and revenue part. And from where government is getting revenue? From taxes, like indirect taxes and direct taxes. So can you tell me examples of direct taxes? Income tax, corporate tax, gift tax, asset roy, etc. And for indirect tax, GST. Yes. Apart from this revenue, government will be also spending, right? Where government is spending? We have planned expenditure and we have non-planned expenditure. Planned expenditure means nothing but they have to give on monthly basis. For example, salary for government officers, or rent, or if they're getting any loans, on that loans they have to pay interest. But non-planned means, for example, if there's any disaster happen. For example, unfortunately earthquake, unfortunately landslip, unfortunately floods, there they have to spend, that will comes under non-planned expenditure. Clear? No doubts, right? Okay, so government budgeting is nothing but it is a process by which our government will be planning like how much they have to allocate or how they have to monitor public funds and where they have to spend everything, that will comes under this government budgeting. So in this government budget, what they will be having? So first one is government revenue, like taxes or fees or any other sources, and as well as they will be deciding on where they have to expenditure or where they have to spend, in which area. So in this process of making this government budget, we have 4 methods or 4 steps. So actually we are in the last stage of making this budget. So at the final stage, it is a tradition, we will be celebrate that through this halwa ceremony. Okay. So in the first step, we have to formulate our budget. That means normally we will be having different departments, different ministries. For example, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Ministry of Labor. So each and every department, they have their own schemes. Yes or no? For that schemes, in that schemes, when we are talking, we have central sector schemes and centrally sponsored schemes. Central sector scheme means entire fund need to given by central government. Central sponsor means both central government and as well as state government, they will be sharing the funds, right? So here government need to get how estimation like how much they will be going to spend on that scheme in this year. For example, MG Narega is there, so how much they want to spend, right? So in that way, for each and every department, they will be sending the notices like you have to prepare your estimates. Okay, so first one is they will be planning the budget, and next one is they will be enacting the budget. So after getting this budget to finance ministry, so they have to keep that so and so budget in the parliament, and they want to make them passed. So that is the second step, that is called as budget enactment, or they have to pass. So whenever they are passing, they will be passed by two bills. First one is appropriation bill, second one is finance bill. Okay, through these two bills they will pass this. And after that, what happened? Budget execution. So after passing, yes, the money should be given, right? Money should be given to this so and so department to spend on that their respective schemes and their respective expenditure. So that comes under your budget execution. And last one is after giving the money, so we will be not just like giving and forgetting. So we have to do audits. Like for example, we have given 100 crore rupees for so and so scheme, but how they spent, is it used or not? So how much spent, how much that is left unspent, like that. So we are going to do the audits. So in this budget we have 4 steps. So in this formulation of budget, in this preparation of budget, now we are in the last step because of this is news. So after this is done, our finance minister will be introducing this budget. So this second step will start from July 23rd onwards. Okay, clear? No doubts, right? So far? Okay. Now let us see the procedure of budget enactment. So what happened here is, before introducing of budget, so there will be recommendation of president. So here president recommendation will be there. So it is written as per rule 204 of rules of procedure and conduct of business in Lok Sabha. Okay. So budget is presented to the parliament on such a date which is fixed by president. So president will be fixing on which date this budget should be introduced in the house. Okay. And next one here is presentation of budget. So on that day, what happened? Our finance minister, who is finance minister now? Yes, she'll be going to the parliament and she'll be reading the highlights of that budget. She'll be not reading each and every line, but only highlights of the budget will be read by finance minister for 2 to 3 hours. That is called as budget speech. And you people who are preparing for UPSC, you have to download that budget speech only. That will be around 60 to 70 pages. Okay, and whatever the scheme she said there or she read there, and you have to focus on each and every scheme there. Okay, in this way, you can collect whatever the schemes are present in India through this budget speech itself. And from that only you will be getting questions. So last year also, in 2024 prelims, we got 3 simple questions from these schemes. So minimum 2 questions. So last time we got 3, and we don't know like how many questions we are going to get in the next year. So you have to be thorough with that schemes. Okay. And that is our budget speech by our Union Finance Minister. So after once budget speech is done, next what happens here is general discussion. So whenever it is placed before houses, as I said in earlier classes, whenever anything which is placed in the house, we will be having V, discussions, debate and voting, right? So on each and every part, so there will be detailed discussion, detailed debates, and after that it will be placed for voting. Okay, so this is called as general discussion of the budget. And one thing you have to remember is, whenever the general discussion is happening, there will be no motion can be moved. There will be just discussion will be going on. So whenever these discussions will be going on, so that will be sent to the departmental committees. So departmental standing committees will be scrutinizing each and every part. So after this, what happened? They will be placing this appropriate bills. So whenever they are placing these appropriate bills, the motions will be starts. So how many motions? As I said, we have 3 motions. So in these motions, it will be like, if you watch that debates, it will be very, very comedy. Like first one is policy cut motion. So whenever any person, for example, Minister of Labor is talking about the schemes you are having means, so they says that I want this amount of money for this scheme. And suddenly what happened, opposition member will be standing and he is saying that, yes, that scheme is there. What is the use of that scheme? So how much you spent? So what is the use of that scheme? Rapidly the questions will be asked by the opposition party leader. So whenever the speaker or whenever the presiding officer of that so and so house says that yes, it is good or it is right, then what happened? There will be policy cut motion will be passed. So policy cut means entirely that scheme will be thrown into dustbin. Okay, the amount they said that will be reduced to only 1 rupee. They will be getting, that department will be getting only 1 rupee. So entire the policy will be thrown in the dustbin. So this is policy cut motion. And next one is economy cut motion. For example, I am saying that yes, my department is running one well established scheme of MG Narega. I want 100 crores for that scheme. Suddenly one person says, how many did you give the employment? Is it good? Actually, why you came up with that scheme? What are the objectives of there? Whether they had been achieved or not? So like that, the counter questions will be happening. So if that so and so minister he can't able to answer those questions, then the economic cut motion will be happening. Like I'm not going to give you 100 crore rupees for that so and so scheme. I will be reducing it to 20,000, 20 crore rupees or 40 crore rupees. There will be decreasing of allotment to that scheme. That is called as economy cut motion. Clear? And next one is token cut motion. So in this token cut motion, it is not like policy cut motion or economy cut motion. But if there is any debate which happened, for example, it gone in a wrong way, like that means, so it will be like token, only 100 rupees will be cut from that amount. That is called as token cut motion. Okay, so it is about just grievance. So these are the 3 motions that will be passed. And after this, whatever the appropriation bill which placed before, that will be passed by voting. And after that, the finance bill will be passed. So finance bill is nothing but if in that budget, they will be talking about increasing of taxes or decreasing of taxes, that comes under this finance bill. Appropriation bill is nothing but for that so and so scheme, how much amount they want. Okay, so these 2 will be passed in this budget. So this is the process of passage of budget along with the motions. Any doubts so far? Clear? Okay, and so there is nothing much important in this city page and states page. Okay, yeah, here you can see one article. Karnataka bill mandates 50% quota for locals in management positions. So Karnataka people, what is that? Come on. So this concept where can we fit in our syllabus? Empowerment of locals. Apart from that, polity exactly where, Hema? Mani sir, very good. Tell me. Migration of people. So have you heard this concept, sons of soil? Any idea? So what is this concept? Can we connect this here? Yes or no? You born in Karnataka. You are eligible for getting job in Karnataka. That is the concept of sons of soil. So whenever you are talking about local people empowerment, you have to use this keyword. Okay, these are the keywords that you have to use. Okay, so where can we connect this? From GS paper to under polity. Why? Because we have article 14 to 18, what it says? Right to equality. So for example, I am migrating, I am from Telangana, I am migrating to Karnataka and I am also applying for the same post. But Karnataka is saying that 50% of reservation for Karnataka people. Then it is violating my right to equality. Yes or no? Yes, can we connect with this polity now? Yes, right? Okay. So apart from this, from GS paper to society, because this soils of sun concept, we can call it as a social issue or social evil which is happening from since ancient time, right? Apart from that, can we connect to any other subject from women? It will be very useful for women empowerment. And even you have to see the case studies like which states have this concept of sun of soils. Even AP is having, and very recently 6 months ago Haryana also passed this kind of law. Okay, so you have to correct all these things. Clear? Let us see this in detail. So what is this article is saying that Karnataka bill is mandate. Mandate means compulsory 50% of quota for locals in management position, defining local candidates and requiring Kannada proficiency. So whenever we are giving 50% of reservation for locals, what are the advantages? Karnataka people. What will be the advantage? Tell me. Empowerment of locals. Apart from that, decrease. Okay, decrease migration. Very good. Next, employment opportunities. Okay. Okay, state economy can be increased. Yes. Next, I want exact point. Development of locals. Okay, that comes under the local empowerment. No. Yeah. For example, I am from Telangana, I am going to Karnataka. For example, I got a job where I have to understand the society better. So can I do that job with 100%? No, right? Only local people who know the language, they can understand the culture and society and societal issues, etc. So for that job, especially in AP also, we have volunteers, local volunteer scheme. Do you know this? Volunteers. Yeah, so there they have reservation only for AP people who knows this Telugu language, they are eligible for that. So in the same way, if you want to focus on the issues which are at very practical level or very basic level or at local level, so we need the people who born in that place, who have proficiency in that local or mother tongue of that so and so state. So for that, yes, we can say like we are also promoting culture, and for preservation of our culture and rituals also, this will be very helpful, right? So we have both negatives and as well as positives. So whenever you are writing any answer, try to balance your positives and negatives. That is the thing I want to say. Okay, so every step or any action or any law or any Supreme Court judgment, anything, it will be having both positives and negatives, and you have to work on what are the positives and what are the negatives. Clear? Okay, so if you see this article, it says that they are prioritizing local candidates for job opportunities. So in this way, they are promoting regional employment and as well as development. You will be not getting these points in the article. Okay, and next one is defining local candidates who require this Kannada proficiency. Ensure that recruited candidates, they have strong ties to the state and they can efficiently communicate the issues or the things clearly with the local people. So they can at least try to change the attitude of people. Whenever we are change the attitude of people, then they will be listening to the government and they will be cooperating at the local level so that we can ensure community participation. So for that, these people will play a very important role. And next one is this act, which also provides a framework for industries to collaborate with the government to train local candidates. And in this case, what happened whenever government is providing training or skill enhancement, further, if you are not recruiting here, they will be getting other sector jobs also. So in this way, overall community development will happen. And next one here is they are focusing on economic growth. As you said, whenever we are providing reservation for the local people, the state GDP will be increased. And next one is we can also focus on cultural integration, etc. Okay, clear? And this concept we can connect to the sons of the soil preference. That means local residents are eligible for local jobs. So what are the issues here if you are providing reservation for locals? Tell me. Okay, tell me what are the challenges or what are the issues. I said one. I said from constitution, like we have article 14 to 18 talks about right to equality, that is getting violated. Next. Yeah, discrimination based on caste, that comes from that only. Next. Interstate, how? Can you expand? Mani sir, sleeping mode activated. Tell me now. No idea. Sir, Manoj. Local unemployment can increase. How? Rashmita, you have to think out of box. Think beyond earth. Come on, think. I'll give you 2 seconds of time. Time is up. Okay, so first one is economic efficiency. So when we give jobs based on reservation on locals means, so we have to compromise on merit. For example, if I write the examination, for example, you got 50 marks, but for example, I got 70 marks, so I'm eligible. But because of having reservation, local reservation, you're getting job. That means talent and merit, we are compromising or not. So that is one important problem. And even whenever there is a quota of hiring local people, did industries will get more investments? Always investments, they will focusing on profit. When they'll get profit? Whenever they are recruiting more talented people or more merit people. So if they're giving job to Manoj, how? How they will invest more there? Yes? Okay. So next one is social integration, also one problem. Like there is segregation, division. In community also, they will be having clashes, right? That is the thing you have to focus. And if you see examples in India, whenever you're writing mains answer or essay, you have to include as many examples as possible. That is a focus you have to do. So here you can write about Andhra Pradesh. They have 75% of reservation for locals. And Haryana also recently passed Act in 2020, which is also saying about 75% of reservation for the jobs which is less than 50,000 rupees per month salary. Okay, so you have to write that and take down the question, guys. Take down the question. What are the socio-economic and legal? What are the socio-economic and legal complications of reservation policy for locals? Reservation policy for locals. Okay, only one question I gave. So what are the socio-economic and legal implications of this policy? Okay, yeah, next. If you move on to city page, there is nothing much important. So actually in today's page, I didn't get much important articles only. There are very less number of articles. So here you can see one article. 7 killed in Uttara Kannada landslips. So what happened here is in Kerala and Karnataka there is very huge rainfall is happening, and especially there is landslip which is happening in this region, and no one is from Kerala right here. Okay, so here you can get a case study that so there are very heavy rainfall and most of the areas they had been inundated. So in that situation, if you are a district magistrate of that so and so area, what are the steps you can take to address this problem? Or else you can get a question like what are the options you are having, which options you select. Okay, you have to be prepared. So that thing that will be dealt by Vilas sir soon when he takes this disaster management, like short-term measures, long-term measures. So what are the things that you are studying in this disaster management, you can directly use in your case studies. So I'm telling before because whenever the class is going on, if you have any doubts regarding that, how to handle that situation, you can directly ask Vilas sir. Okay. And I want to show one interesting article. 1 minute, let me check. Yeah. So have you watched this Jai Bhim movie? Jai Bhim. Yeah, what is that movie is about? Rashmita, have you? Half of your life got wasted. Next, tell me, what is that movie is about? It is about custodial death. I said about the story of that movie also one day. Have you forgot? Very nice students. Jai Bhim movie. No one. Okay, it is about custodial death. In the same, I said no. So they belongs to one tribe in one area. So because of one theft case, he had been arrested and he will be beaten to death in the custody itself. So the same way, after reading this article, I got that yes, in the same way this custodial death happened. So here what happened is this Parthi tribal community person who had been arrested, unfortunately on that day he had his wedding. So just 1 hour before his wedding, so this person had been arrested, and by the evening the message went to their family that he had been died in custody. So on that day of wedding only. So here you can get a question like Parthi tribal community is in use. If to which state they belongs to. Okay. So in this way you can get a question, or else you have to know about what is this custodial death. Custodial death means nothing but whenever any person who had been arrested and kept in the custody, either directly or indirectly, what are the actions which are going on this jail. So if it is caused the death, then that is called as a custodial death. And you have to see what are the laws which are present in this custodial death. And one more thing, what happened here is, whenever the people who are going for protest regarding this case, so police people, they are attacking the women, and even women, they are taking off their clothes and they are protesting there to get the justice. And you can understand how the tribal discrimination is happening in our India till now. And whenever you're writing about answer of tribal discrimination, you can add this type of case studies. Okay. Yeah. So on this topic, I'm going to make one Telugu video today, and that will be posted tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. And in this editorial page, see the titles and tell me which article is important. See the titles. Mani, what happened? Where are your specs? So see the titles and tell me which is important. Yeah, inflation is happening. But what happened in some areas, you are getting floods like Kerala that you see now. And next one is, in some areas, there is no proper rainfall in Maharashtra. So because of this difference, again, we are going to have food inflation. And already government is trying a lot to control this food inflation. But because of this monsoon, so this problem will be get aggravated. So that is the thing. There is nothing much important there. And this is about our NEET examination. So we're not focusing on that. And here you can see one article. It is about heat waves or evaporating the right to play. So yesterday itself we discussed one article regarding heat waves, how it is affecting disproportionately women of our country. And again now heat waves regarding children. So if you are getting question regarding heat waves, so what are the knowledge you have? You can write introduction heat waves. What is this? What is the definition according to IMD? And you have to write the criteria for plains, coastal regions, and as well as hilly areas. And you have to write impact for women, impact on elderly, impact on children. You are getting these points here, right? So in that way, if you are getting question on, write the impacts of heat waves. So divide according to the section wise, like children, elderly, women, like that. Then you will be having enough number of points to substantiate your answer. Okay, let us see what is this article saying. So before that, let us see the dimensions. So what is the topic? Heat wave. So do you remember what is the criteria which is given by IMD, Hema? No ma'am, not revised. Tell me the criteria then. So this topic is important from GS paper 3, environment and ecology, and GS paper 1, geography and disaster management from GS paper 3. So tell me now dimensions what you have to refer. 50? Not 45? 40? Okay, 40 where? What about coastal regions? 30? 37 or 6? 37 or 36? Hilly regions? 10? It is not Himalayas. Okay, so you have to see definition of heat waves. What is the heat waves? And whenever you are writing definition, try to write authenticated, like according to IMD, according to World Bank, according to IMF, according to World Economic Forum. Like that, you have to give the organization for sure. And you have to see criteria. And next, you have to see what are the causes of these heat waves and what is the impact. And at last, you have to add way forward or what are the measures can be taken. Clear? Okay, let us see this in detail. So this article is saying that heat waves are limiting children's right to play outdoors. Children's right to play outdoors. It is also their right. We have to respect their right. Okay, don't say that. What happens if you're not sending children outside? So they have all the playing things, everything, equipment in home, no? So don't ask that question. Because whenever they are going outside, they can enjoy environment, they can have the social bonds with the society, and they can understand well the society, how the people are there, and they will get understanding like what is good and what is bad from the society point of view. So in ethics, we discussed like what is the responsibility of society in developing the values or attitude of the children. So from that point of view, children have the right to play outside, to mingle with the society. Okay, so from that point of view also we can add ethics here. Clear? Okay, so if you see what was this article is saying that because of increasing of temperature and we are seeing more frequent heat waves in India, so that outdoor play is unsafe now. Whenever we are sending children to play outside, what happens? They will be getting heat stroke and they will be having dehydration, health problems, whatnot. Everything will be start. So because of this, what happens? Now children are disadvantaged because they are not going outside to play. So if you see, because of this, what happens? Even the poverty is also having the what? It is also one important reason why there is this proportionately affecting this poor people. So poor people, they don't have this ACs or like well equipped house with the toys, etc. So because of that, they have to go outside only. So because of this, the children who are belonging to this rich people like Ambani, Adani will be having different scenario when we are seeing the people who are grown up in the slum areas. So in this way, income also having impact on the child growing circumstances. Okay, and next one here is, it is also focusing on, like we have to focus on even social welfare cost. So how the people who are in the slum areas are impacting with the heat wave and other peoples who are belonging to the rich families or billionaire families, it is different, you have to focus on that. And especially from government side, it can take some steps like providing green spaces. For example, in cities, in every area we'll be having a park. So in that park, so they will try to provide some water facilities and greeneries so that there will be less impact of heat on the children. And apart from that, we have to try to create safe and cool play environments for children, especially who are belonging to this low income community, so that we can decrease the disparity between these rich kids and as well as poor kids, right? And next one is, we can also open up some infrastructure and green spaces as well as creating some shaded areas in parks, so that children, they will be having more opportunities to go and play there and to get mingle with the society. And next one is, whenever there is lack of play spaces, then what happens? So there will be impact on the development, cognitive development of the children also. That will be having future long-term socio-economic impact on the country itself. Okay, so those things they are said. And what is a heat wave? Heat wave is nothing but prolonged periods of excessively hot weather, right? It is having impact on agriculture, impact on health, impact on economy, impact on infrastructure. Everywhere it will be having impact whenever there is increasing of temperature. So what is the criteria? See, in plains 40 degrees, in coastal areas 37, In hill areas 30. Wow, very good. Okay, so whenever normally if there is alteration between 4.5 degrees to 6.4 degrees plus or minus, then we can call it as heat wave. And if it is more than 6.4 degrees centigrade high, means it is called a severe heat wave. And you have to remember this number also, 4.5 degrees centigrade to 6.4 degrees centigrade. Okay, now tell me what were the causes of this heat wave? Why? Climate change. Why climate change? Why climate change? Deforestation, greenhouse emissions, global warming. Next, urbanization, urban heat islands. Tell me, Venkatesh. You only. Okay, and next one is because of atmospheric patterns. So whenever you are having high pressure, means it will be trapping more heat. Okay, so this is also an important reason. And this one is urban heat island, as I said, and even geographical factors like in tropical region we will be having more heat compared to that of temperate and polar regions. Okay, so that is the thing. And I gave you one question here. So see this question. What is the criteria for a severe heat wave as per IMD? So what is the number? Hmm? Plus 6.4, that is answer is B. And see this. And I'll see who will answer this question. Next question in blue box. Tell me the answer. Money? 1 to A. Okay, next. Rashmita. What happened? So what is the right answer? B, 1 to 4. Okay. Monica. At least guess, no, it is not your final exam. Money. Can you see now? Tell me. A, okay. Answer is B, 1 to 4. Because of heat, infrastructure will be getting damaged, right? So what's wrong in that? Huh? Whatever the infrastructure. So for example, if you are using any AC here, so because of heat wave, what will be run continuously? So because of that, it will be get damaged, right? What is the logic there here? So only what happens whenever heat wave is there, there will be increased demand for water. So only this third statement is wrong, but 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to 4 is correct, 3 is incorrect. Okay. Yeah. Let us go to next page. Yeah, here you can see one article. Trying juveniles as adult is not the answer. So tell me about what do you understand by this juveniles? What is the meaning of juvenile? Less than 18 years. So actually this case is about a man who allegedly made an accident, and because of that accident, two people they died, but the driver of that car is a juvenile. So which kind of punishment that we can give now to that so and so person? He's a juvenile. Tell me now. Come on, think fast. Only counseling. What about the punishment? Keeping in jail, etc., etc. Juvenile jails. Okay, now there is a debate which is going on. Like, person who is 18 years, if he is doing like more than 18 years of age, if he is doing any crime, so we have normal IPC, CRPC, everything will be there. So based on that, we can give punishment to that person. For example, if that person who committed the crime is below 18 years of age, for example, even below the 16 years of age, what can we do? So I recorded one video in our Telugu channel. So after this class, please watch that video. It is around 6 to 7 minutes. It is about this juvenile justice only. Okay. So here under this 18 years, we have Juvenile Justice Act and as well as Juvenile Justice Board. So they will be deciding the what will be the punishment, but mostly it will be based on counseling and it's about rehabilitation. That's it. That's what. That's what. On that topic only I made the video. Mm. Not even that 3 years girl, but even 5 months baby, and even that guy is relative of that so and so family only. But even till he's in jail also, he's not getting out of that thing, like influence of ganja, influence of drugs. So that is the thing. And I recorded a video and I made a very useful video on that. So watch that once. Okay, so now let us see about this article. So this article is saying that juveniles should not be tried as adult for serious offenses like drunken driving. So this case, it is about drunken driving. So in this case, we can't try this so-and-so juvenile as an adult based on adult laws, but we have to focus on rehabilitation and accountability. And we have to make him realize that he should not commit this crime again in the future. So on that here, Juvenile Justice Board will be focusing on these two things, like counseling, rehabilitation, and accountability. So now tell me how far it is correct. So you are going to be IPS officer, no? Yeah, in the future, Hema, tell me. So is it correct? So what are the steps that you want to take? What reforms you can come up in the police administration? Tell me. So you are the people, you are young and dynamic. You should have thoughts from this preparation stage only, so that once you get into service, then you can implement your thoughts there. At least you can bring some sort of change in the society. My dream is to bring, if I become civil servant, I can only do little change. But if I'm making you to enter into services, so you 100 people, you will be doing some change. So the change will be much more than compared to myself, right? Just tell me, what are the changes that you want to bring? At least from now onwards, whenever you're seeing this type of crimes, whenever you start understanding society, you have to develop your own ideas, like what changes we can come up. So that perspective is seen by examiner in your interview. Okay, in your interview, those things like how you can solve the problems, problem solving skills, and how you're understanding in-depth society, that will be seen, because already your knowledge will be tested in mains itself. There is nothing more to test in interview. They'll be seeing how you are going to solve the problems and how you are using your skills to solve the problems. Okay, so focus on this from today at least. Try to think in depth beyond earth. Okay, so if you see details, it says that trying juveniles as adults for serious offenses like drunken driving is not a solution. So rather than this, our juvenile justice system is focusing on rehabilitation and reintegration them rather than providing punishment. Rather than providing punishment, they are focusing on rehabilitation of those people, like how they have to overcome this drinking, smoking, etc., and how they have to reintegrate into our society. And next one is they are also focusing on incorporating therapy and psychiatric support for them, and as well as de-addiction interventions for rehabilitation. Okay, and even for victims, so victim-centric approach should also be there, right? So for that, we are focusing on especially promoting accountability and reducing of this recidivism. Recidivism is nothing but to stop to commit it again. Okay, that is the thing. That's it. I didn't like this article at all today, but there is no choice. I have to deal with that. So I want like new laws that should like if someone wants to do something crime, so even in their sleep, even in their dreams also, they should not think about that. That kind of crimes we need to have. That types of laws we have to come up in India, so that at least to 10% we can decrease that crime rate in India. For example, in Dubai also, so if they are committing theft, that person will be taken to the center and they will be killing his, sorry, not killing, they will be chopping the hands or legs before everyone. So if that kind of acts are there, means we can create terror or we can create some sort of fear in the society to not to do that things in the future. For that, Human Rights Commission is there. That's what. If you want to do something here, there is some loophole in India. So that loophole is used by the people to commit the crimes again and again. That I didn't like. Yeah. I'm not saying that. So after seeing this small incident, not small incident, they are very deep. But even though we can't do anything. Yes, yes, that is also, yeah, that's very worst. But we can't do that. If I say about that means every comment will be negative against me. Entire YouTube, they will make me viral. Okay. Yeah, in this news page there is one article. I will show that. Where is that? There are very less number of articles. There is nothing much important actually in today's. And one more accident. See here. So till last week we discussed about this covered system and European advanced training system. So at that time our government said that we want to shift from covered system to European system. At that time I asked one question. So who is responsible that who will be saying that other future train accident may not happen? So within that time there is one more incident which happened in Darjeeling train crash. So again we will be getting articles based on this European train system and as well as this covered system continuously for next 1 week. It will be boring for me and you to read and revise everything. Yes, next topic here is 1,151 crore investment can help India in battery technology race. So is it important? What is this battery technology? Why we need batteries? Where we can use these batteries? Mobiles, cars, everywhere. So whichever electronic device you are taking, we need this battery. And actually, we are getting these batteries from outside. So when we are getting good investment in this, we can produce our own selves so that we can decrease the cost of this electronic products and even we can increase our exports. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to focus. That's it. Nothing more about that. And again, there is article regarding food price and increasing of food price because of erratic rainfall again here. That's it. So these are the important articles that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding and thank you so much. So please don't keep negative comments. Okay, so they are just my opinions. So they don't take my opinions also. Yeah, just focus on your syllabus and don't enter into this political debates and everything. Okay. So that's all guys. Thank you so much and do subscribe to Rathods Science Academy. Shit,